Good afternoon, traders. This is Sihlenkema from QuickTrade. Welcome to our stock technical analysis webinar. Please indicate, guys, if you can hear me. My mic is on, I know, but I just need to confirm if you can hear me. Andre, Mtetileli, they're all busy typing messages there for me. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, let's check that one. Let's check the EUR code. Hi, good afternoon, Andre Makabo. Hi, good afternoon, Tetileli. Hi, I'm very good. Thank you, my brother. Graham, hi, I can hear you. Thank you so much. Hi, how's it? Rhino, Honeycomb, good afternoon, guys. Okay, let me just quickly check something there. How many hours has it been? Okay. Okay, guys. To the last trading day is tomorrow. Tomorrow it's our last trading day for the month of March. We'll wait and see what happens. Maybe between today and tomorrow. But I mean, there isn't a lot of activity happening at the moment, and I don't. Okay, guys, please hold on for me. Oh, Makabo, this is your first one. Oh, okay. No, perfect. Perfect. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. We will try and make it work. Yeah, we'll try and make it work for you. Oh, in fact, you know what I think I should do? Okay, I'll have a look at all those guys. In fact, if you have more of those, please let me know so that we can check them out. You know, we'll have a look at them. Okay, let me check this. Please hold on for me, guys. I just want to double check something here. 6 day 2 20 27. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Let me now have a look at the stuff that you have sent me. Mtetileli, tell me about HHP since it's on strike. What opportunity do we have? ShopRite, are they on strike? I had no idea. Mtetileli, thanks for letting me know. That's actually bad. I'm out of tune. I should have known that. Okay. Okay, Gidiboni, good morning everyone. Hi, good morning to you too, Gidiboni. Edith, my first one too. Not too sure if I'm jumping the gun, but wanted to check if I can join these webinars. Yes, please join these webinars, Edith. They're actually going to help you a lot going forward. You just have to take it easy. Don't kick yourself for not understanding maybe some of the things. Take it one day at a time, and eventually everything is going to come together. You will understand exactly what we are talking about when checking the stocks out during these webinar sessions that we run here. Okay, let's check what. Okay, this market is going up a bit. Okay. Okay, well, I mean, currently I'm looking at the Euro GBP. We called it along a couple of days ago. I don't know if some of you are still involved. Yesterday, it had a nasty pullback. It came back down to about 0.87400, and right now it looks like it's busy. I mean, ticking up a bit. I think that it's. I think it's going to pick up from these levels and move higher. There is a couple of things that I've looked at. I've looked at the monthly chart. Those that attended our seminar yesterday or a couple of days before that, I think we did cover this one. We've been looking at it, following it. I think it's looking good. At some point, we are definitely going to, I think, make money out of it. Another thing that we spoke about MTN. We said if MTN closes below 120, we are definitely going to move lower down towards 110, 111 levels, and currently is trading at 115.69, down 2% for the day. The close yesterday was 118.18, so we're below 118. So I think the next level we are eyeing now is 111, 110 on MTN. Around those levels, we'll look to see if we cannot initiate any longs on MTN. So guys, please write those levels down. Don't forget them. And after that, you can haunt MTN. If we don't get to those levels tomorrow, we can maybe check what happens next week. In the first 2-3 days, I think we may get to those levels. From there onwards, I think we may start maybe initiating some long trades, provided the market looks good, provided the market supports our bias of taking long trades around those levels. Okay, let's have a look at ShopRite. Tetileli is saying that he wants to be highlighted on ShopRite's strike. He also wants to know if there is any opportunity that can be exploited on ShopRite since they are on strike. Let's just look at it from a technical perspective, Mtecheleli. I think that's the only thing that is going to help us here. Trying to look at it from maybe a fundamental perspective, I do not think that there's anything that we can actually get out of ShopRite. Let's look at ShopRite. Let's check. So far in this trading session is down 1.7% or 1.69% to be exact. We are trading between our value range, I would call it. I think this is our value range. That value range for me is between 249.25 and 240. I think there is value on ShopRite between 250 and 249 and 240. I think anywhere around Well, I would say 245 to 240. I think Shoprite is a buy. We've spoken about this over the past couple of webinar sessions that we've had with you. Around these levels, I think Shoprite is a buy. You can go in and buy some Shoprites there with your stop out of the way. Your stop should actually be, in my opinion, you should have your stop maybe sub 235. Below 235, I think you can have your stop loss there, and I think that there's a lot of value that could be extracted from this currency pair between 250 and 240. Around those levels, you can go in and maybe buy some short price. But I must remind you, that is a blind entry. If you are jumping in like that, it's a blind entry, because I mean there is no confirmation. You are just jumping in based on the current support structure that we see there between the two levels that I've just mentioned. There is that nice little range there. If the sell-off in the States continues, later this afternoon, we could see maybe our stocks maybe closing in a much worse off position than we are right now. Because I mean, if you look at the United States or the US 500, we spoke about this one yesterday. We said it wasn't looking good. We're looking at Nasdaq. We're looking at a few other global indices. They're all not looking good. Even if you look at I mean the FANG stocks, they call them the FANG. It's FANG. It's Facebook, Apple. What is N? But G is Google. N. What is N? I can't remember what which stock is N, but I mean I can find it. I can find that for you. All these stocks are not doing very well. Yesterday they posted their worst daily losses. So I think there's going to be a follow through from those losses that we saw yesterday. I expect this market to come off a bit. Like we said that we think the S&P could still come down to 2,540, 2,560. I think we'll see that, and these shares are actually going to help us with this market coming down there. So let's just keep an eye and see what happens. So we must be very careful when jumping in and buying stocks. I believe that we are still in a bull market, that the market is just having a healthy correction until we see maybe some nasty surprises or some confirmation. We're still on the buy side, but we must be very careful when we buy, more especially with stocks like Shoprite, Woolworths, MTN also. These shares to me right now, they are not very stable. They look like they may still decline a bit more, but I mean if you look at Shoprite, check Shoprite. Shoprite is trading below its simple moving average there, the 10 simple moving average, so there's no need for one to jump in and buy it right now. Maybe when it gets to 245, 240 levels, one maybe can jump in and buy some Shoprites there. But at the moment, to me, it doesn't look like a high probability trade. You cannot go into that one totally. I think you should just ignore it and do nothing, because I mean if this week we close below our weekly simple moving average, that could open up some room for sellers to come in and push the price lower. Okay, let me see the trend line that we have here on this one using the weekly time frame. We have our trend line around 230. Our trend line is sitting around 230, so that means if we close like this, okay, let me show you what I mean, guys. If we close this week trading below our moving average like this, currently our moving average is sitting at 230, 252, and our price as we speak is at 245. If we close like this. I'm not talking about 245 specifically or 244.78 specifically. I'm just talking about the price or the bar closing below the moving average. We could see the market coming down next to test 240. If 240 fails to hold, the next level that we should look to buy this is around 230, around 230 levels. That's where maybe we can look to start accumulating some shop rights around 230, maybe even 225. I think those are the levels where we can maybe go in and buy these shares. Currently, this market is not looking good at all. You must be very careful when buying any of these shares. Guys, does anyone have a question with what we've just spoken about here, with what we've just said here? Do you have a question? Is there anything that's confusing you? Is there any share that you want to maybe look at? Currency pair, commodity, commodity volume. Is there anything, guys? Is there anyone that has a question? Please ask questions so that we become interactive in this, guys. I do not want to be the only one talking the whole time. I know you guys have issues. Please let me know what are those issues so that we can try and address them. The main reason why we're doing this is for us to, try and work together. Make sure that I answer your questions so that next time you don't get to, make a lot of mistakes. No one has a question, guys. Okay, it's fine. Let me do something here. Let me do something. Let me do something. Let me do something. What am I gonna do here? Let me go Exaro. Exaro's not a good one. Okay, let me do this from GBP SD. Okay, guys, the old guys that have been trading with us, that have been doing these webinars with us the whole time. Could you guys please analyze the GBP USD for me? Just tell me what you think is going on there, please, guys. The GBP USD. Let's look at it. Please analyze it for me. I'm not going to analyze it for you guys. You are going to analyze it for me and tell me what you think we should do here. Okay. I have the monthly chart on my screen, guys. I'm going to excuse a couple of guys that I knew. People like Mahabo. Mahabo is new. Edith is also new. Everyone else, yeah, we've been doing this for quite some time. I have the weekly chart on, guys. Could you please analyze the GBP USD for me and tell me what you think we should do there? Sakile, yeah, I see what you're saying. Although I don't completely agree with you, I think you did not apply the strategy. You applied something else. I don't know what that thing is. But if you applied the strategy and applied it well, like what I'm asking you now, I understand what you're talking about there. that you had a problem applying the strategy. But right now, what I'm saying is, could you please have a look at the GBP USD on the screen right now and tell me what needs to be done here? This is on a monthly chart. What needs to be done here? That's what I need from you guys. Okay. Kidiboni, could you please have a look at that message that you received? But I'm not really concerned about the message that you guys got sent this morning, or like 20, 30 minutes ago. I'm worried about the analysis, your analysis. What do you think should be done here? And it's a sell, Kidiboni. It's not a buy. It's a sell idea. Okay, so may I please get my answer now from you, Kidiboni? Andre has submitted his answer. Rhino, I'm still waiting for him to come back with his answer there. Okay, Andre, thank you so much for your answer there. Okay, let me read out your answer there. Okay, the month had crossed and closed above the 10 moving average. Now we must look what the day chart tells us. Okay, it's fine. We are trading above the moving average. That red line there, the market is moving higher. It traded a little bit sideways in last month, and this month we are up about 2.7% on the pound. Now let's go and have a look at what the daily is saying. The daily is okay. Let's have a look at the daily, guys. Let's have a look at the daily, but I want us to look at it holistically. Let us use everything that we need to use here, like your support, resistance, everything. Okay, guys, please have a look at it and tell me what you think. Okay, Rhino, when you give me those answers, please give me your reason why or what you see, the exact picture. Don't just say maybe I'll do a sell. I want like a complete answer. Like the chart looks like this, so therefore I would maybe buy or sell. Hmm. Okay, guys, please finish. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your answers. But I mean, we need to check this. This is your resistance here at the top, and another resistance line that we can draw. This turning point here, we're going to draw another line marking our resistance. This area here, this turning point is our support currently. This area also is support. I'm now looking at these now. Those two at the top, they are our resistance levels, and these two here at the bottom, our support. I think I agree with you there slightly, Andre. When you say that you see your support at 14140 or 414 there. Mine is around 413.6, so the difference is not too big. And the main support, well, I mean, on this rising market is around 1.41. So I think even if we do come down, we should come down to 1.41. 1.41. From there, we should start maybe moving higher again. We are very close to our resistance here at the top, which is why I'm a little bit worried that maybe we may not see a breakout happening here. But I mean, we need to see the breakout happening before we do anything. But we can see that the market has been rising. It had been rising here, trading above the moving average on the daily, but that doesn't rule out the fact that we may still come down to 1,400, maybe 931. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What happens next. But if you look at the monthly chart, the monthly chart is positive. January was good. It was up 5.7%, and Feb was down 3.4, and March is up 2.73. So I think we're still gonna go back to touch those closes or the open in the case of the Feb's candle there. Well, I mean, we are looking at 1.43, our main resistance, and our support is at 1.39282. But I mean, in my humblest view, I think that this stock is still going to move higher. I wouldn't actually rush in and take some shorts here. We can check the weekly to confirm that. We can check the weekly. Let us get the weekly chart. We want to draw the lines at all these turning points to see what they hold. Okay. 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 Let me change this to the daily. Okay, we are in a rising trend. The market is going up. It came back and it hit this support of 1.4737. It shot higher, and right now is still trading up there. We have this support that we have there, the top. So for that reason, I do not think that this one is a good shot yet. I would rather wait for the close below the moving average before I take a shot on the GBP USD. Personally, I would wait for a close below the moving average. As soon as I see the close below the moving average, maybe I can go in and take a shot. But right now, I wouldn't. I'll be very, very, very conservative and very defensive in my style of trading. I will just do that. Are you guys okay with this one? Do you understand? I'm saying that this one, I do not think that it's a long yet. We have to wait for the confirmation before we can take either a long or a short on this one. But I think the long is a better option right now for me. Oh, okay. On the daily, you're talking about that rising. Yes, yes, yes. There is that rising. Thank you very much, Andre. Thank you very much. I think you're talking about this one. I don't know if you drew yours like this, but I mean, this is where you should have it. This is where you should have your. This is where you should have your line. And every time it hits that line, it fails. It moves higher. So we have support around 140, 141. Sorry, 1.414 or 1.414. We have support there, and we can expect maybe the price to bounce off that area. So for that reason, you're trading above your moving average, you're trading above your trend line, your supporting trend line. So there is no need for you really to go in and try and take a short there. I think it's that trade is too risky. Hi, Sunwabiso. I think that trade is going to be too risky. So the best thing to do is just to stay the hell away from such a setup. Stay away from it, and I think you'll do well. Hi, Sonobiso. Yes, I don't know if everyone else agrees with me. Sakile, Sonobiso, and Rhino. Do you guys agree? Do you see what Andre is seeing here? Okay, guys. Okay. Okay, so that's the reason. What else would you like us to look at, guys? Please help me. What else would you like us to look at? What is giving you issues? Or maybe I can go back to Sakile and try and get some real reasons why he's not doing well in his trading. I'm still waiting for you, Sakile, to finish. Okay. Sakila is saying yes, please. Okay. Let me look at what Rhino had to say there first. If you are looking at stock to trade, is there any specific you look at volume, etc. Volume is very important. Rhino. Is very important. But I mean, the main thing is for you to look at your key support and resistance levels. Check whether you are trading above or below your moving averages on both short and long term charts. So it's very important to do those. Volume, you can only do volume just to confirm whether your bias is right or not. If you see that the volume is rising in a declining market, it means that there is more selling pressure. There aren't too many people buying that market, so that's a good thing if you are going short. So you look at that the volume just to confirm whether you are on the right side of the market or not. Sakili is saying yes, please. I did a trade on Raynet, and it's still ever since. Any trade, any idea why? You did not finish your message here, Sakile. What do you want to say? I did a trade on Raynet, and it's still ever since. I don't get it. Oh, you missed the word there, or you skipped the word here. What did you want to say? Oh, you're saying it's still quiet. Okay. Are you going long or short on Raynet? Are you long or short? Sakile. I haven't looked at Raynet, but Raynet has been under a lot of pressure. I wouldn't go in and buy Raynet. I wouldn't go in and buy Reynolds. There's no momentum there. I think that's the only culprit. Momentum is the only culprit there. There's no one buying. There's no one buying Reynolds. Let's quickly have a look at Reynolds. Reynolds. Let's do the monthly. Oh yeah. What's going on here? There's something wrong with this chart. There's something wrong with this chart. Let me see what else I can do here. Maybe let's check it from investing.com and see if we cannot get it there. I think we may be able to get it. Sure. No, it's not Raynet. It's Raynet's Investments. Okay, try this. There's something wrong with this chart here. Let me check here. It's RNI. RNI, you won't have enough data, but let's check. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, Sakile. This chart that we have here, we don't have a lot of data on RNI because I mean there was a change in this business, so we don't have a lot of data. But I mean, let's look at the weekly because I mean the monthly we can't get. The weekly the weekly price is below the simple moving average. You do not buy anything that is like that. If it's below the weekly or the monthly, you do not take a long on that. Let's now have a look at the daily. This is the daily charts that we have here. You see here in January, end of January, it closed below the moving average here and started moving lower. It went up for a bit in March, and it went below the moving average on the 13th, and it went down. So I mean, this is a trade that one was not supposed to take a long on. It's going down. Even if it does go up, I mean, or move higher, I mean, people are going to come in and sell it again. I would first want to see the confirmation that it has actually put out the bottom before I can go in and take a long on this one. So in my opinion, this trade was not the right trade to take. You weren't supposed to you weren't supposed to take a short, sorry, a long on this trade, according to my analysis here. Yes, but I mean, if you're looking on the daily and the well, I mean, let's just look at the daily. The daily is not above your moving average here now. It's trading below your moving average, so you can't expect the stock to pick up. There's no way that the stock is going to pick up. No, I don't see that happening. But do you agree with what I'm saying? That Sakila, you cannot buy anything that is trading below its moving average. It makes sense for you to start buying stuff that is trading above its moving average. More especially if it's okay, if the stock is above the moving average on the monthly, it's above the moving average on the daily, or it's just crossed above. Then it makes sense. It gives you a more reliable signal or confirmation that that market is likely to move higher. But I mean, if you buy something that is under a lot of pressure on a monthly or the weekly time frames, it means that you are actually being a contrarian. You're trying to go against the market, which is not right. You are saying that the stock is oversold, so therefore you want to go in and take a long, which is not really a cool thing to do, because I mean, the market can still remain down for a very long time before really picking up. Okay. Let me check the 4 hourly you're referring to there, Sakila. Okay. If you want to use your trade, referring maybe to the 4 hourly, what you can do is that every time it closes below your moving average, you can just go in and short. Every time it closes below the moving average, you can just go in and short. Like here, it's still above, but I mean, the day you see the close below the moving average, you can just go in and short. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly, you'll see the weekly is saying down. Whatever bounce you see here, like let's check. I'm not going to count these. I'm going to count this one. This was in May. It was on the 5th. Okay, because it's a weekly. It was on the 5th, 5th of March. It went up a bit. It went up 2.7%. After that, it went down 2.45%. And finally down 4.78% or 4.8%. So that tells you that this is not a stock to buy. The stock has been underperforming a lot. So even if you do get a bounce on the 4 hourly, do not take it, ignore it, because it's misleading you. Okay, guys, to those of you that are new in trading, let's have a look at MTN. We'll use MTN as an example today. Okay, MTN has been trading above its moving average since August last year, 2017, and end the month below the month of March below the moving average, which I think is well, I mean, it's definitely unfolding just before our eyes. I think we're going to close below the moving average there. The next levels we're looking at maybe 110, even 106, 107. on the stock before it starts picking up again. Because I mean, we said that it was a buy when it went above the moving average here in August last year, but now it's not above the moving average. Is starting to change. We think that you're going to come down to 106, 110. I mean, sorry, we're looking at 110, 111. But I mean, if it happens that it goes lower, it goes to 106, 107.50, that's still not a problem because we are prepared for that. But I think that the area that we are targeting from, let's say maybe from 110, we are looking at 135, 140 again. If you are patient and you get a bullish reversal around 110, you can go in and take a long on MTN, more especially for those that are buying cash equities, that are buying stocks that they're going to hold for long term. You can actually go in there and take a long on you can actually go in there and take a long on an MTN, aiming for 135, 140. That's what I see at the moment. It doesn't really look like it's going to be moving any higher anytime soon. So MTN is not looking good. It's trading below its moving average. The month is not over yet. We're just counting one day, which is tomorrow. If tomorrow we close below our moving average, well, I mean, from next week onwards, we could see maybe the price coming down to 110, 110, 111 on MTN. Okay, let's use another example for you guys that are okay. Let's look at the daily. Let's look at the daily quickly. Let's look at the daily. Let's see what's showing on the daily. This is how it looks on the daily. We spoke about it earlier. We said any close below 120 is going to take us down. So we are now aiming for that 110, 111 mark. If we get it, then yeah, we can expect maybe to see some positive reversal there that should push the price higher going forward on MTN. Guys, do you have any questions? Is there any confusion? Is there anyone that would like to clarify something? If you have a question, please ask now before I move on. So Nami, so for your currency pair trading, do you calculate your quantity the same way you do in shares? No, it's not the same. There we're just looking for well, I mean, 1:2. If you are risking $100, you should at least make 200 or 200 rands or better. If you are risking 100, you must make at least 2 times that. So that's how we work it out basically. But I mean, if you guys had bigger accounts, I was going to suggest that maybe you do not risk more than 2 or 3% of the portfolio value or of the amount that you have in your account. But I mean, because you don't have I don't know. I think you'd have to use your discretion there on how much you're risking, but you don't have to risk a lot because I mean that's going to cut your trading lifespan very short, and you don't want that. You must be very careful how much you risk per trade. Okay, let me check. Okay, you keep breaking on my line. I don't know what's happening there, but I mean, I stopped for a couple of seconds there, so maybe so. I stopped for a couple of seconds, but now I'm back on. Oh, I'm sorry, Makabo. But I'm back on. I'm back on now. I'm back on. Let us look at maybe some other stock. What can we look at? Let's look at guys. Let's look at BAT. For those of you that are in for I mean, in this webinar for the first time, I want us to quickly have a look at BAT before we end the session today. Please take some notes here. The stock that I have on your screen right now is Braid. Braid has been declining, has been going down for for a very long time, since 2016, around May, June. This was actually the first time it broke below the trend line was in June 2016, and since then it's been declining. It's been declining, and it's still under a lot of pressure. So this. Oh, okay. This is how you get your moving average, Mahabo. You right click on your screen, you go to indicators, and go add indicator. From there, you go to moving averages. The moving average you're looking for is a simple moving average. You highlight it, or you click on it. You go OK. You get to this window here, the simple moving average properties. The main thing that you're going to look at here is the period of simple moving average. That period of simple moving average, we need to change it to a 10. Type 10 there, 10, and go to the bottom of the window and say OK. You see now I have 2 now. I do not need 2, I only need 1, so therefore I will take off the other one. I only have 1 now. Are you happy with how you add that one, Makabo, or you want me to go back and explain how it's done? Or was I too fast? You got it. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. I know that perhaps you also don't have your monthly moving average. Oh, sorry, your monthly time frame. If you want to change or have different time frames on your trading platform, you go here where it says time. You click on time on that tab, and you go down here to edit. Where it says edit, you click on edit. Once you've done that, you're going to have these boxes with plus signs in them. Click on one of them. It says, when you put your cursor on it, it says add new item. Go add new item. Period is it. I mean, you come onto this window or this flag here. It says period. The default period is a minute, is 1 minute. So we're looking for the monthly or the month. Let's look for the month. If you're looking for the week, put the week. If you're looking for the month, put the month. Say month. Default value there is 1. We are not going to alter that. We'll leave it as is. Go apply, and then apply. Now you have your monthly. If you go there, you can see you now have your monthly. You click on your monthly, it updates, and you have your monthly. So if you see your price or your candle breaking below the simple moving average, the 10 simple moving average on a monthly time frame, it means that the market is declining. It means that the market is beginning to weaken. So you can actually take advantage of the bounces that you see in that market. You can sell that market. If you see anything looking like this, you must know that it is a seller's market. The buyers are not too strong, but sellers are ruling. They are the ones who are controlling the market, controlling the price. Do you guys get that? So in a market like this, you do not look for buys. You only want to sell this market. You do not buy this market. You only sell it. Mahabo Kidiboni, are you guys happy with that? So Nobiso, anyone? Okay, but I want people that understand, you guys. Please pay attention. Write this down. What I'm saying here is, if the moving average is above your monthly close, it means that that market is beginning to sell off. That market is negative. It's a bearish market. Now let me look at an example of a market that is rising. I don't know which stock I can look at. Let me try and think. Oh, okay. Let me try CLS. Let me try clicks. CLS. CLS clicks. Guys, this is clicks. As you can see, the price of clicks is above your moving average. I mean, the whole of 2017, it went up. That's because it was above the moving average. Every time it tried to come down towards the moving average, the buyers came in or stepped in and bought the stock, pushing the price up as a result. So this is the example that we have on a rising stock. So you do not sell a stock like clicks. Even if you get a buy signal on the daily time frame, you do not go against the trend. You stick with the main frame. That's what you do. I don't know. Do you guys understand the difference between the two? The price has to be above your monthly moving average on a okay, the price has to be above your simple moving average on a monthly time frame for you to go in and look for buy opportunities, and it has to be below the simple moving average on a monthly closing basis for you to take a short. Okay, guys, I need you guys to write that down, and over maybe the next couple of days when you have a spare time, please go through all the shares, check all the shares that you can buy based on this setup that we're talking about here, and check those that you can sell based on the same setup again, so that maybe next time when you meet, you know what you are looking out for. If you get a trade idea where we say that you must sell a stock that is above the moving average on the monthly, you say no, I'll wait for my daily to first tell me that it's a buy before I go in and take the trade. Oh, I mean, anything that is above your monthly moving average, you cannot sell. Anything that is below your monthly moving average, you cannot buy. It's important that you guys look out for that. I know Sakile is complaining, saying that this thing is not working for him. Spend a bit more time, Sakile, applying the same strategy. It will work for you. Just dedicate time and effort. It will work for you. Yes, it applies on the weekly chart as well. Yeah, you can do it on the weekly. You can do it on the weekly, but I mean the weekly is a bit more volatile than the monthly. But I mean, if your weekly moving average is trading above above your the weekly price is above your sorry, your simple moving average, it means that you can go in and buy that market. The only thing that you need to look out for are your support and resistance levels so that you can stay out of trouble. Because I mean, if you don't look out for those, you will always find yourself in trouble. It's important that you keep a close eye on support and resistance levels. Like here, this was your support here. Right now, we have some resistance here on clicks. We have some resistance here at the top on clicks. It looks like we're going to be boxed in a range there between 185 and 160 or 158. That's what I see here on clicks, but we'll see what happens going forward. You're welcome, Rhino. You're welcome. Yeah, it works very well on the weekly. Yeah, it works very well. Makabo, how do you identify support and resistance levels? Okay, I'll look at that with you now, Makabo. It depends, Sonabiso. But I mean, the best time to do your technical analysis is when the market is closed, like maybe on a Friday afternoon or Saturday or Sunday. During the day, you can just go through all your shares or go through all your currency pairs, check your support, resistance levels, and everything else, and decide which direction the stock is likely to take or the currency pair is likely to take for the week. If you think that is going to be positive for the week, then mark those shares or currency pairs, and as the market opens the following week, you go in and check whether those shares are really making well, I mean, they're rising or not. If they are rising, then you go in and buy those shares. That's the only way to do it. But because I mean, if you trade during the open market, sometimes you get emotional, you jump in before you've done your full analysis, so you do not want to do that. You want to make sure that you first do your analysis first before you take any trade. So the best time to do your analysis is when the market is closed, and then decide which stocks are looking good for you. Oh, okay, Makabo, let us look at how we identify support and resistance on any time frame. This is what we do on any time frame. This is what you do. Okay, each and every turning point on your chart is very important. Every time when you see a turning point on your chart, you must ask yourself, why did the market turn there? You must ask yourself. Like, let's do this here. You see, the market turned at this point here, where I have my. Let me do this, make it bigger. Yeah, you see here, the market turned here. It was on the 25th of December 20. It was that week of the 25th in December 2017. And here again, this was in the week of the 22nd in January 2018. So you draw a line at this turning point, that is your resistance. Here again, this is another turning point. This was on the 12th of December 2017. Trend line there. And again here we have a turning point. This was on the 11th of December 2017. You can put a horizontal line there. This is your support. Okay, let me see if I can go. Okay, let's just do this for now. Let us not do more. So these are the levels that you are looking at. You want to see what the market does every time it gets to these. You can see that it leaves some long tails, I mean, below the body of the candle here. So that shows you that there is a lot of buying and selling happening at those important levels there. Like here you see the price went down, it went above, so 173.56 is important on clicks. It's very important. Maybe we may move it a bit lower down. 173 is very important. 173 is very important. 179 is also very important. 181, 182. These levels are important. All you need to do is to change your chart type to a line chart, and then put your horizontal line above each and every turning point. That way you are going to be able to spot your support and resistance levels. Right now we have a couple of levels we're looking at. Like right now we are trading above 182.98 on this. Well, I mean 185, 187 is resistance on clicks. I think if it does push up to 187, 185, sellers are going to come in and sell this market again. Until we get a proper break above 185, I won't touch clicks. I think it's too risky ways trading right now. Okay, guys, please go and do your research on technical analysis, applying the same strategy that I've just shown you now. We are not going to change until you guys get used to this, until you are able to make some money out of this. So you don't need to do everything exactly like I do it, but you should at least use this as your base, or as your basic kind of research that you use to decide whether to buy or sell the shares. I think if you guys don't have any more questions, we're going to end our session here, and we will do the last one for the month of March tomorrow, and we'll meet again on Tuesday, because over the long weekend we're not going to be working. Yeah, welcome guys. Thank you very much for attending the webinar. I know that a lot of people are already in the holiday mood. They are not willing to attend classes anymore, but you guys did attend. Thank you so much. Yeah, welcome Sonobiso, Mahabo, Giliboni, Rhino, Brian, and Andre. Thank you very much, guys.